Hey everyone, Simon Says Money here. Welcome back to another video. I'm trying to help you make money and achieve that financial freedom. This is for entertainment purposes only. In this video, I'd like to present, is Bitcoin the biggest bubble in the century? Or is it the best opportunity to buy right now? There's a lot of good information I'd like to share with you guys, so stick around. And before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on that bell notification, and let's make money together. Now let's dive into these information. On Wednesday, the central bank sharply upgraded its 2021 GDP growth forecast to 6.5%, the largest annual output since 1984, and also said it expected unemployment to drop. Fed Chair Jay Powell added that inflation was forecast to reach 2.4% this year, but called it a temporary or transitory surge. The biggest news was a pledge not to raise interest rates until 2024 and the continuation of an asset purchase program in which the central bank buys at least $120 billion of bonds per month. Stocks staged an afternoon rally on Wednesday following the news, including the beaten-down tech sector, but mellowed in overnight trading as Treasury yields soared. The 10-year Treasury was up to 1.7%. Sector rotation is still happening from growth stocks to value or traditional stocks. Today, Thursday, March 18th, we see that Nasdaq tumbled 3% as soaring yields hit tech shares. S&P 500 closes 1.5% lower. The Dow Jones is down 153 points. So overall, a big reg day for the market. Okay, today I would like to analyze in depth of the cryptos. I have made a few videos already on Bitcoin and the related stocks such as MARA, Riot, SOS, and CAN. Because since 2016 I started buying Bitcoin and I gradually developed my conviction on Bitcoin, and now I study Bitcoin in depth, I would like to share my analysis and opinion with you. Before I present my analysis, I would like to share one sentence with you. The truth is often on the side of the minority, but the minority has the vision. The majority is always behind, always belated. This is the answer to those who say Bitcoin is a failed currency. In the CNBC article, the best time to invest in Bitcoin was yesterday, says strategists at the cryptocurrency stores, posted Monday, February 22nd. We see a quote, "If it's a currency, it's a horrifically bad currency. Bitcoin seems to be primarily a speculative game." By Aswath Damodaran, professor, Stern School of Business at New York University. He said that Bitcoin is a failed currency. No, it is not. If you say so, you are maybe now on the side of the majority, but the truth is often on the side of the minority. Looking at the brief history of Bitcoin prices, around the September 2015, it was at $240 at the time, and as we can see in 2017, we reached a high of 19,891. Then it went back down. In 2019, January, it was at 3,000, so below that 4,000 level, and then back down to around that 4,000 level in 2020. Then we can see all the way up. It keeps going up. Now it's at $57,665 per Bitcoin. I remember in 2017, my dad picked me up from Virginia Tech along with my roommate Norbert, and by the time Bitcoin was at around $1,200. It doubled within days. On the way back home, my dad said that Bitcoin was crazy and told me don't play with it. Nevertheless, I still bought some but sold them weeks after. My dad, like most people then, was definitely in the majority regarding Bitcoin. And so was I, because I sold the Bitcoins I had bought. And now both my dad and I are Bitcoin believers, meaning we have conviction on Bitcoin, but we are still in the minority. And I believe that more and more people are joining this group of minority. So the so-called minority will become majority soon. By then, it will be too late to buy and hold Bitcoins. In 2021, Bitcoin bulls are victorious once again and have recently reached an all-time high above $61,000 for a single coin of Bitcoin, triple the 2017 high. So, what does this mean for the future hold for Bitcoin? If you own Bitcoin, should you hold? If you don't own Bitcoin, did you miss the boat? I would like to say that the bulls are forecasting that this is only the start of Bitcoin and $300,000 per Bitcoin is within sight, according to many credible analysts and investors like Tim Draper, Elon Musk, and Cathie Wood. But be aware that Bitcoin has been behaving like a roller coaster in recent years. If you invest in Bitcoin, Be ready to accept that it could drop abruptly because of, for example, Secretary Yellen says something, or because of policy change by a country like India. Look at the year 2017. The Bitcoin price changed 20x from the low to the high, while in 2018, Bitcoin's price dropped nearly 80% below $4,000. What is Bitcoin? Is it an asset? Is it a currency? Bitcoin is a digital asset. It is limited in supply. It has a critical element of scarcity to give it value. Bitcoin is a payment mechanism with the added benefit that it does not need a third party, such as banks, to facilitate a transfer from one party to another. Bitcoin is rather a scarce asset than a simple payment currency. It provides a hedge against inflation and risk associated with the loose monetary policies adopted by central banks. Bitcoin is like the role of gold before 1971, when gold was considered an asset. Bitcoin is heavily promoted on social media. Is it a pump and dump or a pyramid scheme? No. Social media now can make any event a big splash. Look at GameStop, AMC, Nokia, BlackBerry in January of 2021. Those who invest in Bitcoin are very vocal on social media. More and more people and institutions will buy and hold Bitcoins for a long period of time because they realize that Bitcoin is an important asset. In fact, more and more interest in Bitcoin is in development, and the price of Bitcoin has a 91% correlation with Google searches for Bitcoin. The curve shows that the more people search Bitcoin price, the higher the Bitcoin price. This is very interesting. It means more and more people are now interested in Bitcoin and its price, which drives Bitcoin price higher. And this is from an ARC research. It shows very clearly when people search Bitcoin price more. The Bitcoin price does go higher, hand in hand with the number of searches. For sure, I believe that this search volume on Bitcoin will go down gradually because more and more people now know about Bitcoin and possess Bitcoins already. If anyone is interested in Bitcoin, you would be encouraged to read this report by Stanford. It talks about the Bitcoin price, adoption and usage, the theory and evidence. Here I show hodling wave. The colored band shows the relative fraction of Bitcoin in existence. The bottom, warmer colors, red and orange, represent Bitcoin transacting very recently, while the top, cooler colors, represent the greens and blues, represent Bitcoin that hasn't transacted in a long time. The black curve indicates the duration of holding Bitcoins increases over the last 10 years. More and more people are now considering Bitcoin as a long-term investment. In my previous video, I presented 3 reasons that Bitcoin price will reach $200,000 in 2021. The first is the stimulus money, second is corporate adoption, and the third, mining reward in the halving. Visa CEO said they are working to enable the purchase of Bitcoin on Visa credentials and working with some wallets to allow Bitcoin to be translated into a fiat currency. Bitcoin is now worth more than the 3 largest banks in the world combined: JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and ICBC. So you can imagine how big Bitcoin is. It is too big to fail or to be banned. Here shows Bitcoin's yearly lows. In 2012, it was just at a mere $4, then $65, $200, $185, $365, $780 in 2017, and then now we get into the thousands. $3,200 in 2018, and now in 2021, it's at $27,734. 2 out of 5 people plan to buy some Bitcoin. With their stimulus checks, new survey reports, that's $40 billion. This is very interesting. If you said back then Bitcoin will go to $1,000, the reaction from people that you get is they ignore you. $10,000, they laugh at you. $100,000, they fight you. $1 million, you win. Here I would like to explain. Bitcoin halving. What does it mean? The first ever block recorded on the Bitcoin blockchain was on January 3rd, 2009, when Nakamoto received 50 Bitcoins. In the white paper, Nakamoto specified that after every 210,000 blocks, the rewards for miners will be half. So the first halving took place on November 18, 2012, where the miner's reward was reduced from 50 Bitcoin to 25 Bitcoin. The second halving was on July 9, 2016, and the miner's reward was reduced from 25 Bitcoin to 12.5 Bitcoin. And the third, most recent halving on May 11, 2020, means Bitcoin miners now receive 6.25 Bitcoins. It means that it is less efficient and takes much longer time to get Bitcoin, Second, the supply of Bitcoins is less and less. And third, cost of mining Bitcoin is higher and higher. This decrease in the rate of Bitcoin creation tightens supply and will certainly lead to a bullish market and an increase in the price of Bitcoin. What impact does halving have on Bitcoin? The obvious impact is that the amount of newly mined Bitcoins per day will fall from about 1,800 to 900 Bitcoins, and the daily revenue of miners will reduce by half. This decrease in the rate of Bitcoin creation tightens supply, and some argue will lead to a bullish market and an increase in the price of Bitcoin. This graph shows the evolution of Bitcoin. We are here now. The Bitcoin's market cap is about $1 trillion, and the analysts believe that its market cap will reach about $4 trillion by the end of 2021, which corresponds to Bitcoin's price at about $200,000 as I presented in my previous video. I would like to conclude my today's video. The best time to invest in Bitcoin was yesterday. The second best time to allocate is today. Let me remind you that MicroStrategy, Tesla, Galaxy, MassMutual, Marathon, Square, Riot, they all have huge chunks of Bitcoin holdings as their investment in the company. Alright, that's it for today's video. Lots of information on blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on Bitcoin. Is it going to reach $200,000 by the end of 2021? What are your thoughts on Bitcoin? I would love to know. Again, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.